How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the Minute Channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different here. The other day I was chilling around and I saw that somebody made a tier list for 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, and I really don't want to let this game just die out of nowhere. I want to continue to talk about it, maybe do some more videos in the future. So today we're going to be ranking all the 13 Sentinels characters. This may contain some light spoilers, as some of them are it's important to the story and everything, so definitely keep that in mind. But we're gonna move forward with this video here, and I'm excited to talk about this and everything here. Actually, I don't remember a lot of their names now that I'm thinking about it, but some of them definitely so let's go ahead and check this out. So we're gonna start with the little robot here who shows up. He's actually really cute. I actually like him quite a bit, especially once you see the twist of his story and everything. He's definitely an S character. To be honest with you guys, most of these characters are really good, and the plot twist and the storylines are so good and interconnected that it's just crazy. In fact, I don't really want to do too much spoilers because I actually want you guys to check the game out if you haven't already played it and everything. So I really won't discuss a lot of the points about them, but definitely a great character here. The nurse is also another interesting character that at first glance you feel like there's something going on with her, and the more you find out with her, the interesting she feels in a lot of different aspects. I definitely like her character quite a bit. I'm gonna put it as an A character. This dude here is also, I don't know what to say about him. He's okay. He has amnesia for the majority of the game, and let's be honest, a lot of these characters have amnesia for a good majority of the game. In fact, most of their plotline revolves around their amnesia, or like losing their memories and everything like that. However, this dude, he's not too good. To me, he was fine. He had like an interesting story and everything like that, but I didn't think that his story was super interesting. It was just more like average and everything like that. Definitely on that end. This one girl is also gonna be a B for me. At first I thought her story was going good. A lot of the plot twists around her are really good. However, her story for this particular herself is not super good. I thought it was kind of okay. At best, it's definitely not the best of the bunch. It doesn't mean that she doesn't have a bad story. Again, she has a pretty good story. I just didn't feel like her story was as good as some of the other people out there, because we'll talk about this in a second. Next is gonna be talking about Future Juro. I want to put him as an A, and for that is he could be an S rank. However, his storyline is not completely told. There is an interesting thing about this game is they talk about different timelines, and a timeline they kind of reset itself, and then another version of themselves and everything. And it's really interesting how this turns out. I don't want to give you too many spoilers, but they don't really reveal everything at the end, and I like that because at the same time it kind of leaves you kind of like, okay, you kind of leave it to your imagination kind of thing. I'm the kind of person that would love to know exactly what's going on with her character and with the character and everything, but they really leave some of the stuff in imagination. And Juro is going to be an S rank for me. At first he comes off as somebody that is going through something, but once you get this twist with his character and everything, I love all of the twists with his character. In fact, I feel like his character is one of the characters that has the most plot twists in the game. He definitely is a good character. He's definitely a pretty interesting person overall. Definitely pretty cool stuff. So I'm gonna give him an A rank. I love, because he looks so serious and everything. He has this obsession for this hamburger, which is this meat thing that he eats and everything. He's super obsessed with that stuff, and it's just pretty interesting. It's pretty funny. All the conversations that he has. He's from the 1920s or 1930s and everything, and his mindset is super different from the rest of the people here. And throughout the time, him kind of find out more stuff and everything. It's definitely super funny. I enjoy his character quite a bit. His plot twist with his character is also really interesting, and I really love that kind of stuff. Again, plot twists get me rolling here. I really love that here. She's gonna be a B. They're almost tempted to put her as a C. I am gonna put her as a C. Her character is not really interesting to me, guys. Her storyline felt kind of like almost like a filler for a lot of the other peoples, and some of the people in here feel this way. They feel like they're not really there, other than their purpose is kind of to fill in for other characters. In her case, her character revolves around Juro quite a bit, and while Juro's storyline is pretty interesting, hers I thought it was mediocre at best. It was not really interesting, and though some of these characters are really good, she's easily one of those characters that I have like I don't know too much to tell you about that. Now, this character, she is fantastic. Even though she's a side character, barely has any story, but there's so much character development throughout the different people. Talk about characters that are developed through other stories. Her character is actually like that. She's not a main character. Out of all the people in this, she's one of the characters with the least characterization and actually least exposure overall. But her character still kind of goes, and there's the stuff and everything like that. I really love how they did her character. I was so in love with the whole storyline that they did for her and everything. Definitely one of my favorite ones for sure, 100%. For the next one, we're gonna do the idol. Now, she's plot twist is interesting. There's definitely a lot of good stuff, but her character doesn't really go anywhere. She's also from the other timeline, so her character, again, plot twist and a lot of the stuff that they reveal and everything, pretty interesting stuff. However, her character doesn't really develop too much. Again, she's not a main character. There's a side character, but it's really interesting to see her character overall, but it's not really good. In fact, I kind of almost want to drop her to a C as well. However, her storyline is really funny. A lot of the stuff is really funny. The next is gonna be she's a sporty girl. She reminds me a little bit of Chie. However, I like a lot of the references that she does to like E.T. Her storyline is basically half E.T., half like that kind of stuff. Like she time travels. She's like, it's just kind of nice to see her kind of learning about what's going on and everything. I love the storyline overall. I think it really works for me so much well than the other characters. So she's definitely a good character. I love her storyline and everything like that. I zoomed in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit. It actually looks like much better now, I think. But definitely her storyline is super cool. I really like her storyline quite a bit. Really would love to see them kind of work that out a little bit. But yeah, her storyline really revolves more around her with the robot and kind of like that dynamic and everything. And the dynamic between the two of them, they play off each other so well. It's definitely a really good character. Oh, my man here. He's definitely an S character. He's the guy with a heart of gold. There's just so much about him that I love. His character design is awesome. I love like the 1980s gangster style from like Japan and everything like that. He's definitely that, but he's like also like the heart of gold kind of guy that is always there for his friends. Even the one guy that he's not really friends with. There's a point in the story where he kind of does something, and I was like, yeah, they did such a good job as far as like doing what it is. It's definitely an awesome character. I don't really remember this old dude, so I'm gonna put him as a D. I honestly 100% don't remember any time him showing up here. This character, I kind of almost feel like no. I want to give her an A because her character is as interesting as the nurses. No spoilers or anything like that, but there is all this stuff that goes around this particular character. However, her development is not as well as the other ones, but the choices that she does as the game continues, I really like. I think they definitely did something good with her character. Moving up next, we're going to put this guy as a C. I think he's one of the characters, even though he's extremely relevant for the story, he doesn't really get a lot of what we'll call like really good character development. He's just okay in that aspect. In fact, a lot of those times I felt like his character was just there to be like the one guy that is calling the shots, but his decisions and motivations are so plain and sometimes just kind of stupid. I really thought that he had more like things that he really wanted to do, and the way that his motivations is just so dumb. I didn't really think he was a good character at all. He was one of the ones that I was kind of like, you know what, he's just mediocre at best. She's gonna put an C as well. I was gonna give her a B because I like her character design. However, her storyline, again, she's one of those characters that I don't really like her motivations either. I thought they were pretty weak. and she's so hard-headed into that particular motivation to the point that it's almost like you almost feel so bad for her. Even at the end, her choices are just not good. I just disagree with a lot of stuff. I didn't like her character. She don't know me. I remember her name, by the way, but she was just not good. There's just so many stuff that they fucked up with her character. I just didn't like her too much. I almost will even drop her to a C because she annoyed me so much. Amiguchi. Okay, Amiguchi is gonna be an S rank for me. He's supposed to be like the playboy kind of guy. You know, he's handsome and everything, but in reality, there's just like so much stuff that he's dealing with and everything. And then as the plot twist continue and everything, it's just so interesting to see him from different perspectives too. Like you see him from Yuro's perspective, and Yuro's kind of using him as kind of like a friend they can hang out with or whatever. But between the dynamic of the two, there's just so much there. I really like that. Next is gonna be him. I actually love his character quite a bit. I will almost give him an S because he is fucking hilarious. He's obsessed with the yakisoba pan, and that's his thing. His yakisoba pan all the time. His character is not much more than that, really. He's not like this deep character. He's like a musclehead kind of thing. But his relationship with this other guy, which I'm gonna give him a B. It's just so good. They play off of each other. And once they resume a lot of the stuff, I thought it was pretty interesting. Now, him, it's almost a disappointment he didn't have a full storyline like some of the other people here. He only gets, his story gets to be told from his perspective. And I feel like that really weakens his character a little bit because you don't really see his motivations like you see him with the other guy. Everybody else has some motivations, particularly love. A lot of the motivations for a lot of these characters is love for another character in the game or for another person and everything like that. And I don't really like that kind of stuff. And it's fine, but it just felt like it was so utilized in the game where most of the motivations is being in love with somebody or something like that. And I just did, while I liked the dynamic, I felt like this character particularly here didn't really have like the motivation that the other character did at all. This character is also gonna be a B. She's not, there's not a lot to her character. She's not really well developed. I will almost say that her character is there for plot purposes. No, she is there for plot purposes, and her character isn't explained and expanded like some of the other characters here. A lot of the characters here have a lot of character development. She really doesn't. She's almost like a side character with most of the time just plot devices and everything like that. It's just not too good in that end. This guy's just gonna be a D. He's just there for his storyline here. He is not much more than that at all. Well, we're gonna move into this one. So I'm actually gonna Kizaraki is amazing. She's super funny. She's a quirky girl from like the 21st century. You know, she's kind of like that personality and everything like that. I love her personality. I love what they did with her character. It was really awesome. Love that. Her also, when I give it an S, I also thought she was a really cool character. My favorite part was that she was this kind of also like this gangster girl from the 80s as well. I loved that a lot. I thought the aesthetics of her design and everything were really cool. And of course, the storyline is actually really good. They talk about kind of the characters that get more development. Her character not only gets development through her storyline, but also through the people's storyline. I love that quite a bit. It was really good. This guy, I'm just gonna give him a C. I thought that his motivations again weren't super clear or super strong. I thought he was just there for plot purposes, and he was just a plot character kind of thing. There's not much to him. Even at the end, I felt like he's just a piece of shit in the end. So anyway, that is pretty much ranking all the characters in my eyes. That's how I feel about the characters. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and let me see your tier list and everything if you guys have one. And thank you so much for watching, guys. If you're new, please consider liking and subscribing, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.